Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Naranam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So somehow on Balaram Purnima, Balaram Jayanti Day, we didn't discuss the glories of Lord Balaram, and devotees requested that. So we'll discuss that today. But before we discuss that, as I was telling earlier, today is the Chhati Puja, Chhat Day. It's the sixth day of Krishna's appearance. When after today's sixth day after he appeared, and today was the day actually when Putana came to Gokul to kill Krishna, and Krishna in return he killed her. So that's why and she came in the mood of a mother, but with the intention of killing him. And she came to feed him milk, but Krishna drank the milk. He took the poison. Of course, he didn't drink the poison. He asked Shivji to drink the poison, and he killed Putna. So that's why the slang which is called Chati ka dudh yaad dila diya. Because today is the day when Krishna killed Putana. So anyway, so going to our original topic of Lord Balram's appearance day. So Lord Balramji, first of all, we have to understand who is he. Balramji, it is called, in Bhagavatam it is mentioned, or in other scriptures it is mentioned, that he is the first expansion of Krishna. So what does it mean, the expansion of Krishna? Or was there a time when he did not exist? Was there a time like expansion? Okay, so sometimes the expansion wasn't there, but there was no such time. Balramji was always there, Krishna is always there. Srimati Radharani is always there. All the jivas are always there, eternal. So Balramji is also eternal. But just for us to understand who's Balramji is expansion, first expansion of Krishna. The mood is to serve Krishna in every way possible. Because from Balramji comes the first Chaturvyu, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. And from Sankarshan comes Narayan. Narayan means then all the Narayan features. Narsimhadev, Vamandev, Varahadev, Parshuramji, Hayagriv, everybody. They all are Narayan features. And from this Narayan comes second Chaturvyu, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Niruddha and Vasudeva. And from second Sankarshan is the expansion, who's Mahavishnu. So every expansion, they have a different role, different purpose in the creation, in the pastimes of Krishna. So when we say the expansion, that doesn't mean the expansions were not there at any time. They were always there. But their expansions, in the sense we have to understand that they are all Vishnu Tattvas. So they have the same potency, same category as Krishna. Of course, they manifest the potencies according to the roles they're going to perform. So everybody doesn't manifest all the potencies, all the powers. And Balramji, being the first expansion of Krishna, he serves Krishna in every way possible. He serves Krishna like we have understood or we have read. There are 5 different moods, 5 different rasas. Shantras, Dasiras, Sakhyaras, Vatsaleras and Madhureras. Balramji is the only person who serves Krishna in all the 5 moods. Even in Madhureras, he serves Krishna. So let's see how. So as Shantras, Shantras means there's no personal interaction with Krishna, but the mood is of service. Just like Shantras, example is like cows, peacock. So they serve Krishna in Shantras. So how Balramji serves Krishna in the Shantras? Balramji, every paraphernalia that we see of Krishna, flute, his chadar, his dhoti, his jewelry, his Brahman thread, they all are expansions of Balramji. So Balramji becomes that, expands himself into that, and why he wants to serve Krishna. Krishna's bed, Krishna's slippers, they're all expansions of Balramji. So even in our temples, where Radha Krishna deities are properly installed and are worshipped and are served, the temple is also expansion of Balramji, especially the altar where Radha Krishna deities are there. Altar, like all the paraphernalia on the altar, which are personally used in the service of Krishna. His plates, his katori, his glass, his chammach, the altar where we see the wooden altar when we go take darshan of Krishna. The wooden altar, the marble on it, they're all expansion of Balramji. That's why whenever you all take second initiation and then go and serve deities on the altar, that's why when we go and serve the deities, suppose we have to dress the deities, so we have to get on the altar. We have to climb the altar to access the deities and dress them. So the etiquette is we put chadar on the altar. We don't step on that altar with our feet. So we put chadar on the altar and we step on the chadar. We don't step on the altar directly. Of course, emergency situation is suppose we are doing some decoration, we have to put flowers, so we cannot put chadar everywhere. We have to go on the side, and sometimes pujaris have to climb on the top of the altar, maintains to clean it or to put decorations on. That's a different story. But regular days, whenever we are serving the deities, or especially when we have to decorate them, we have to dress them. So we put chadar on the altar, on the steps, and then we climb on the steps. So at no time our feet should be touching the altar. Understanding it's an expansion of Balramji, and which he is doing it to serve Krishna properly. So that's Shantras. As Dasiras. Dasiras, Krishna's main servants, the devotees who serve him, their main names are Raktak, Chitrak, Patrak, that mentioned in Nectar of Devotion. So their service is when Yashoda Maya is trying to bathe Krishna, trying to dress Krishna, trying to feed Krishna. So these servants are always there to help Yashoda Maya. Now, how Balramji serves Krishna in the Dasya mode, in the servant mode. So, as Sheshnag, because that is also expansion of Balramji, Sheshnag, Anant Shesha. So as Anant Shesha, he's always lying down to serve Mahavishnu, who lies down on top of Anant Shesha. So that's expansion of Balramji. Mahavishnu is expansion originally from Krishna, but Balramji serves Mahavishnu in the form of Anant Shesha. And also many times Balramji takes care of Krishna as a servant. And his mood is always of menial servant. No matter what mellow he chooses to serve Krishna in, his mood is of servant of Krishna. So Shantra Dasiras, and then Sakhyaras. So as a Sakhya, as a friend of Krishna, he is always with Krishna. They're always playing together along with all the cowherd boys. So that is the mood of Balramji also, that he wants to serve Krishna as a friend. Then Vatsalyaras. Vatsalya means parental, because Balramji is elder brother of Krishna. So he, even though he is his friend, but he sometimes takes a form of a fatherly figure. And then he chastises also Krishna. If Krishna does some mischief, Balramji can chastise him. So that's a mood of like a father. He's an elder brother and protective elder brother, Because Yashoda Maya always tells Balramji, oh, Krishna is going to take the cows to the forest for grazing. You should always be look out for him. You should always be watchful of him. Where he is going, be protective of him. So when that comes, then Balramji takes the mood of like a fatherly figure for Krishna. And then comes the Madhuri Ras. Madhuri Ras is where Krishna is enjoying the conjugal mood with his gopis. Now Balramji cannot, or in presence of Srimati Radharani and gopis and Krishna along with them, Balramji cannot be there. He is the elder brother, and if Krishna's intimate love, Radharani is there, then she would be very shy in front of Balramji. So how can Balramji be there? So Balramji, out of his love, respect, affection for both Krishna and Srimati Radharani, he expands himself as Ananga Manjari. Who's Ananga Manjari? She is the younger sister of Srimati Radharani. So in the form of Anang Manjari, Balramji can enter any place, any kunja, any grove where Radha and Krishna are sitting, and to serve them, obviously not to peek on them, but to serve them. She can enter anywhere. She is a little sister of Srimati Radharani. So this is mood of Balramji. He always wants to serve Krishna. If Krishna's first expansion, who's Balramji, who's Prabhupada said there's no difference between Krishna and Balaram, except the color of the body. Krishna's bodily color is like a dark monsoon cloud. Balramji's body color is like a spring cloud or a white spring cloud. That's the only difference, Prabhupada said. Of course, towards the end, we'll see there are some more differences. So, Balramji, since he is always serving Krishna and he wants others to serve Krishna, so it is considered Balramji is the Adi Guru, original Guru. So, all the gurus who are bona fide gurus who are taking us to Krishna, taking us to serve Krishna, or aligning us to serve Krishna, they are considered as expansion of Balramji. So this is a very unique position of Balramji in the spiritual world. Now, when he comes to the material world to perform his pastimes, so whenever Krishna comes, Balramji comes along with him. Krishna comes as Bhagwan Ram, Lord Ram. Balramji came as Lakshman. Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Balramji came as Nityananda Prabhu. And when Krishna came as himself, Balramji came as Balramji. So Kansa was taking Devaki and Vasudev. Vasudev, they just got married. Kansa was taking them to Vasudev's house, and then there was this sound that came from sky that, oh, you rascal Kansa, you're being so fond of your little sister, but her 8th child will be the cause of your death. So we know that story, how Kansa tried to kill Devaki. Vasudevji interfered, and he promised him that I will bring all the kids to you, all the babies to you. Why you want to kill Devaki? So Kansa agreed. So 6 children, they were killed by Kansa. But the 7th child, which was Balaramji himself. So Krishna, when Devaki was pregnant with the 7th child, at the same time, Rohini, Mother Rohini, who is also wife of Vasudeva, so she was sent to Nandagaon when Devaki and Vasudeva were imprisoned by Kansa. Because Vasudeva was very careful of other queens, so he wanted every queen to be protected properly. And especially, he had these 2 major queens, Devaki and Rohini. So Rohini, he sent, especially Rohini, to Gokul in the custody of, to be with Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. So when Devaki was pregnant with the 7th pregnancy, 7th baby, Krishna tells Yogamaya that Mother Rohini is also pregnant, was also pregnant at that time actually. He tells Yogamaya to remove the womb of embryo in the womb of Mother Rohini and take the womb embryo from the womb of Devaki to Rohini, transfer him. Yogamaya can do anything. It's not a big deal for her. So Mother Rohini, one night she was sleeping and all of a sudden she saw in a dream that her womb has become empty and the child is going away. So she cried and she in the dream she is running after the child. Child said, "No, there is another child who's going to come." So then when she got up, she was pregnant again. Well, because Balramji had appeared in her womb. But according to some acharyas, just like we have heard that Krishna had taken birth from the womb of Yashoda Maya, means Shyam Sundar Krishna, but Vasudev Krishna, when Vasudevji brought that Krishna baby, so that baby merged in Shyam Sundar Krishna. So similarly, the original pregnancy of Rohini Mata, because Mother Rohini is the eternal mother of Balramji. So original pregnancy was of original Balramji. So the Balramji who came from the womb of Mother Devaki to the Rohini was Ananshesha. So Ananshesha merged in original Balramji, who was already in the womb of Rohini. And then on Balram Purnima day, he appeared. But this whole secret, Kansa didn't find out. Kansa thought that because of my fear, Devaki had miscarriage. And that's why there was no baby in the womb. And then the eighth baby was born, and how Vasudevji brought him to Yashoda Maya's palace. And then he took back this girl, Yogamaya. And Yogamaya took the form of Durga Devi, and she told Kansa that the child who's going to be your cause of your death has already born somewhere. And then the Chati day today, sixth day, when Putna came to Gokul and tried to kill Krishna and got killed instead. So in Gokul, now Krishna and Balram, they were growing up, and Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maya, Mother Rohini, they really enjoyed the pastimes of Krishna and Balram. So when they were very little, they were hardly walking, they were crawling actually at that time. I mean, we can't even imagine the pastimes of Krishna and Balram. How can they be crawling? Like we many times the Bhagavatam speakers, before speaking Bhagavatam, they chant this verse, no? Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langyate giram yat krita tamam vande Shri Gurum Dinatarana or Paramananda Madhavam. So by serving or by remembering Krishna, a mukam, a dumb and deaf person can start speaking. And a lame man can climb over mountains. So Krishna and Balaram, by remembering them, lame men can climb over mountains, but they themselves are trying to learn how to walk. This is the pastime. This is the beautiful pastimes of Krishna and Balaram. So they were trying to learn how to. They were getting up, falling down, and this was really enjoyed by Yashoda Maya and Mother Rohini and Nanda Baba and all the Gopas and Gopis in Braj. They were playing exactly like human beings, acting exactly like human beings. And when they grew up little more, they would go to the cow shed where all the calves were tied up. So they would catch hold of two calves, little calves, and they catch hold of their tails. And when Krishna Balaram is catching hold of the tail, the calves would get scared and they would run all over the cow shed. And Krishna Balaram would hang on to the tails, and the calves would drag them through mud, through gobar, through cow urine. And all the gopis, Gopas, Nand Baba, Yashoda Maya, Rohini Mata, they would watch this and they would laugh and they would laugh and laugh and laugh and enjoy what these boys are doing. But this was to give pleasure to the all the devotees, all the parents, and that's why they did that. And at one place it is mentioned, Krishna Balaram, they showed the little teeth that were coming out. And Yashoda Maya, Rohini Mata, they would look at the teeth of Krishna. Oh, he got 2 teeth, he got 4 teeth. And it just increased their parental affection for them. And then one day, we know this story of Damodar Leela. So Damodar Leela, when it happened, it was Diwali day. So somehow Balramji wasn't there at that time. He had gone out. He had gone with the cowherd boys. But when Krishna was tied up, Balramji came back, and and he got angry because Yashoda Maya was inside the house and Krishna was tied up. Balramji got angry. Who has tied him up? Oh, untie him right now. Otherwise, I'll burn the whole braj. Because Balramji was coming in the mood of Sankarshan. Actually, at the time of destruction, it is said there's huge fire that erupts from the mouth of Ananshesha, who's holding all the universes on his heads. So Balramji, that Ananshesha is expansion of Balramji. Not just expansion, it's very tiny expansion of Balramji. So Balramji was in that mood. But he was still not trying to untie Krishna himself. Of course, he was yelling, who has tied him up? Come here and open him. And Yashoda Maya came from inside. Yashoda Maya, now who can argue with Yashoda Maya? She said, yeah, what's your problem? I have tied him up. And Balramji was still angry. He didn't realize it was Yashoda Maya herself standing there. He was like, why did you tie him up? You don't know who is he. He came as Narsingadev and he killed Hiranyakashipu. He came as Vamandev and Varadev and he killed Hiranyaksha. He came as Vamandev. He covered the whole universe in 3 steps of land. And he came as Ram and he killed so many demons. Untie him right now. And Yashoda Maya, first of all, she was angry with Krishna. Why Krishna broke the pot and he fed all the butter and the yogurt to monkeys. And now Balramji is screaming, and she had the whole household chores to take care of. It was Diwali festival day, and none of the maid servants were there. And Yashoda Maya, she said, she picked up the same stick she had threatened Krishna with, and she told Balramji, she said, okay, all the incarnations had to take birth in my house only. Huh? And Balramji said, you untie him right now. And Yashodami picked up the stick. You go run away from here, otherwise I'll tie you up also. And then Balramji ran away from there, and running away, he told Krishna, see, I told you, don't do all these mischiefs. Now you remain tied. I cannot even untie you. And Balramji ran away from there. And Yashoda, so much of everybody is afraid of Yashoda. Well, the reason was Balramji was in Sakhya Ras at that time, and Vatsalya Ras is higher than Sakhya Ras. So he could not untie Krishna because Yashoda Maya tied him up in Vatsalya mood. So only person of Vatsalya, Madhurya, could untie him. So that's why Nanda Baba, when he came, he untied Krishna. So anyway, these are wonderful pastimes. And then one day, all the cowherd boys and Krishna and Balaram, they were playing. And the cowherd boys came to Balramji. Balramji, we have heard there's a wonderful forest here. And there are beautiful tal trees. The tal fruits are wonderful. So the boys said that we want to taste those fruits. Because they knew if they had told Balramji and Krishna, we want the fruits for you, actually they wanted for Krishna Balaram. But if they had told them, Krishna Balaram said, no, we don't want to eat those fruits, let's not go there. But the boy said, we want to taste. So then Krishna Balaram, they were obliged. Now we have to take care of this. So they said, but the boy said, there's a big demon, Dhenukasura, over there. He is in the form of a donkey and he has so many associates and they have terrorized the whole area. Nobody can go inside. So Balramji and Krishna, they went with all the boys. So Balramji, he just shook one of the trees and the tal fruits on the top of the tree started falling down. And it made so much of noise that Dhenukasura, who was in the form of a donkey, he heard that noise. And he came running. He was like, who dared to come inside this garden where I am in charge? So he came running and Balramji saw him coming. So Dhenukasura, the donkeys. So he came to Balram. So he turned around because donkeys, they always kick by the hind legs. So he kicked with his full force on the chest of Balramji. Of course, it hit him very hard. But Balramji still got hold of him, of his legs, and then he he rotated him and threw him up in the trees. Of course, Bhagavatam ends the story here, and he said Balramji killed him. But Garg Samhita goes further. So this Dhenukasura, Balramji threw him up in the trees, and he fell down, and so many trees fell down along with him. He was such a big demon, such a big donkey demon. So then he got up again. He got up again. And now he thought, oh, Balramji is too powerful to deal with. So he came running towards Krishna. And then he tried the same thing with Krishna. He turned around and with his hind legs, he attacked Krishna. So Krishna also caught hold of his hind legs and again twirled him and threw him again and threw him up in the trees. So again he fell down. Then he said, what is this? They both are so strong. Although they were little boys. In the size, they were very little boys. So Garg Samhita says, then this Dhenukasura, he said, okay, these two boys are strong. I cannot just kill them right like that. So he picked up Giri Govardhan. Govardhan was such a huge mountain at that time. Dhenukasura picked up Govardhan and he threw Govardhan with full force at Krishna. Krishna caught Govardhan and he threw it back at Dhenukasura to kill him. Dhenukasura caught hold of Govardhan. Govardhan was enjoying this volleyball game. And he was really enjoying. And Dhenukasura got hold of him. And he threw again back at Krishna. So it went on for a few times. And then Krishna thought, no, this is not right. Govardhan is not supposed to be used like that. So he caught hold of Govardhan and put him back down. So while all these things were going on, Krishna's cowherd boy, they were watching all this game, all this fight which was happening. So they said we should help Krishna. So all these little boys, there was Tok Krishna, Madhu Mangal, and other boys, Subal, other boys were there. So they also said, because the boys are boys, when the fight is going on, they have to do something. They cannot be the mute audience. So they picked up some things. So some boy picked up stones and rocks. They were starting throwing at Dhenukasura. Some boy picked up some trees and they started throwing at Dhenukasura. And it is said that Suval Sakha, he was the smallest one in the size. So he couldn't find anything. The only thing he found was a rope with which to tie the calf. So he picked up the rope and he threw that at Dhenukasura. And Dhenukasura, now he got really angry. And then he thought, okay, Krishna is very strong because we were playing with Govardhan like that. So he went to Balaramji. So he came to Balaramji, he turned around and then he tried to hit Balaramji with his hind legs. Now Balaramji was really angry. So he caught hold of his legs and he again twirled him very fast and threw him so high up in the air in those trees that when he fell down dead. And also many trees fell down. And then Dhenukasura's associates, other donkey friends came, and Balram and Krishna, again the same thing, they just uh, pick them up with the behind legs and then twirl them around and throw them up, and they fall down dead. It is said in Bhagavatam that all these donkeys, they were of different colors. Somebody was red, somebody was green, blue, yellow, different colors. So when they fell down on top of each other, it looked like different colored clouds were there because they were so huge, donkeys. And now the tal fruits were there on the ground. So Krishna Balram, they looked at all the cowherd boys. This boy said, "Nah, we don't want to eat those fruits. Those fruits are uh, this donkey's blood has gone there. No, we don't want to eat those fruits." I mean, they came to the garden to eat those fruits, but the main aim was to kill that demon. So then Krishna Balram and all the cowherd boys, they enjoyed and they went home. So similarly, so many other stories, especially the stories of when Balramji killed the demons. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has explained that whatever demons they were killed by Krishna in Vrindavan, they represent different anarthas in our heart. And those anarthas are removed by our listening to these pastimes of Krishna of killing demons with faith and surrender. But the demons that were killed by Balramji, like this Dhenukasura, he's killed few demons, not too many. Dhenukasura, Pralambasura, and then later on Dvivid the gorilla, and a couple of more demons. So they represent the anarthas. Now, the demons killed by Krishna, they represent the anarthas that can be removed by mercy of Krishna. But the demons killed by Balramji, they represent anarthas that we have to work upon to remove them from our hearts. So there's a little difference. So this demon, Dhenukasura, he represents pride, like pride like an ass. So when we become proud of our capabilities or qualifications, we start acting like an ass, like a donkey. Why like a donkey? How much time I have? Oh, it's already 40 minutes gone. There are two things we have to understand about donkeys. One is a donkey is called Vaishak Nandan. Vaishak means a month of April, May, that time. So why he's called Vaishak Nandan? Means he is very happy during this time of April, May. Why? When a donkey starts grazing on the ground, when he's eating the grass, during the rainy season, he eats lots of grass. There is lots of grass on the ground. When he is eating, he looks back and the grass is still there because so much of grass. So although he is eating so much of grass, but he becomes thin and lean because he thinks he hasn't eaten anything. Because so much of grass is there behind him. But during this month of April, May, when there is hardly any grass, so when he is eating the grass on the ground, then he looks around and there is no grass and he hasn't eaten a whole lot, but he sees there is no grass, so he thinks he has eaten lots of grass and he becomes fat during this month of April and May. Only thinking that he has eaten, he becomes fat. That's why it's called Vaishak Nandan. So this is the story of people who become proud of their capabilities. They don't know, they have no capabilities. They just become proud. And this Dhenukasura represents that kind of mentality. Also, another example of pride in a donkey. So there was a sculptor in one village. So he used to make all the different idols of Durga ji, Ganesh ji, Shiv ji, Hanuman ji, and he had this donkey with him. So he would put all these idols in different boris, in different sacks, and he hangs them on the donkey, and he would go to different villages to sell those murtis. So when he would go, villagers would see the murtis of Shivji and Hanumanji, Ganeshji. So they will come and they pay respects. They pay obeisance. Oh, Jai Shivji, Jai Hanumanji. It's normal for the religious people. But after selling all the murtis, when the sculptor would bring empty sacks home on the donkey, then the same villagers were walking by when nobody's paying respect because the murtis are not there. And the donkey starts crying in his voice, whatever it is called, that nobody's paying, because donkey was thinking they're paying respect to me. And when they're coming back, there were no deities, so nobody was paying any respect. So he was very upset. So he was starting making noise, loud noises. Why nobody's paying respect to me now? So this is our issue. And actually, when he was making so much loud noise, the sculptor picked up his stick and beat up the donkey. Quiet. I mean, quiet. No more sound here. But this is our mentality actually. When Krishna gives us the mercy, Krishna gives us some strength, Krishna gives us some capability, uh, some knowledge, or some whatever he gives us, we think it's because of me people are paying me respects. I have that knowledge, or I have that beauty, I have that strength. It's not because of our doing anything. It's Krishna has given us. Just like the sculptor had put the murtis on the donkey. So we are like donkeys of Krishna. But we don't have to keep that mentality of a donkey. We should be donkey that Krishna can use us in his service, or Guru can use us in the service of Krishna anywhere. But we develop that mentality that, oh, because of me everything is happening, and and that pride we have to cut down in our heart. And then there was another devotee, another demon, Pralambasura. So Pralambasura, because he was a tallest demon, he was very tall, that's why his name was Pralamba. He was very lamba, too lamba. So he took the form of a cowherd boy. One cowherd boy hadn't come that day. His mother had kept him at home. I think it was his birthday. So he hadn't come. So Pralambasura took the form of that boy. And he joined the party of Krishna Balaram. So that day, Krishna Balaram, they thought we'll play this tug of war game. So Pralambasura had seen the strength of Krishna. So he said, Krishna is too strong for me to do anything. So he thought, I'll be in the side of Krishna and I'll try to kill Balramji after the game is over. So the tug of war game was there, and the deal was, whichever side loses, he has to carry a member from the opposite side on his shoulders to a certain distance. Okay? So easy. So Pralambasura was on the side of Krishna, and the tug of war started. And it so happened, Krishna's side was defeated. So Krishna picked up one boy, I think Stok Krishna. Krishna picked up Stok Krishna or Subal, I don't remember, and on his shoulders, and he went to a certain distance, and all the boys were doing. So Pralambasura, he picked up Balramji on his shoulder. And the idea was to go to a certain distance, and that was it. But Pralambasura, when he started going, he kept going deep into the forest. And Balramji was telling, what are you doing? Where are you going? The deal is over. We have to get back to the game. And Pralambasura kept going and going and going. And Balramji, when he shouted at him, then Pralambasura took up his real form and he became huge demon. And all of a sudden, Balramji saw himself up in the air. Of course, he enjoyed the ride. It was like a big roller coaster. But he said, this is a demon. And what did Balramji do? He's the source of all the strength. Bala, he's a bal, he's a strength. So he just made his fist and hit that Pralambasura on his head, and Pralambasura fell down dead. Now, Pralambasura, again, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur has explained, every demon in Braj represents some anartha in our heart. So, Pralambasura represents iPad. You would say, what iPad? There was no iPad during when Bhagavatam was written. Well, iPad means the desire in our heart for profit, adoration, distinction. Pad pratishtha, man pad pratishtha. So when that desire is there, so Balramji, who's Adi Guru, so Adi Guru or Guru, he kills that desire. He kills the desire for profit, adoration, distinction by beating us on our heads. So this anartha also, we have to work hard on removing it from our hearts. Because again, we don't have any qualifications to be proud of, to be desiring that I should be recognized by others. What qualities we have? But these qualities, when they are there, they really make us look tall. Oh, I am so big, I'm so huge, you cannot approach me. I am better than everybody else. So this is the quality. This is one of the demons that Balramji killed. Of course, then there was a demon with the gorilla was there. I don't remember what does he represent. But another significant incident that happened in the pastimes of Balaramji. So when now Krishna and Balaram, they were in Vrindavan, now they came to Mathura. So Mathura, they killed so many demons. Krishna killed Chanur, Mushtika, Balaramji also killed so many wrestlers. Krishna killed Kansa, and after that they both went to Sandipni Muni's ashram in Ujjain, where they learned all the different arts. So when Krishna and Balaram, they were in Dwarka. Afterwards, from Mathura, they shifted to Dwarka. So I'm just fast forwarding. So from Dwarka, this message of Rukmini Devi came to Krishna that please come and kidnap me, marry me. And Krishna went ahead with that Brahman who came with the message. Krishna went to marry Rukmini. But Balramji, when he heard Krishna had gone alone, he took the whole army. And then he came after Krishna. And he knew there would be a big fight because all the demons were assembled there. Rukmi, who was brother of Rukmi, and then Jarasan, Shishupal, everybody was assembled there. So obviously this is what happened when Krishna kidnapped Rukmini Devi. He was bringing her, all these kings attacked Krishna. So Balramji went with the army of Dwarka and he defended Krishna. He defeated everybody. And Krishna actually, Rukmi came and he was fighting with Krishna. So Krishna defeated Rukmi. But Rukmini begged Krishna, please don't kill my brother. So what Krishna did, he shaved the head of Rukmi and he left some shikhas to signify that Rukmi has become my servant. But Balramji then came and Balramji chastised Krishna. What is this you're doing? This he is your relative. He is your wife's brother. How can you insult him like that? So he let Rukmi go. So Balramji intervened and they let Rukmi go. Of course, Rukmi, being a Kshatriya, he was so insulted and he took a vow that I will not enter my village, enter my palace or even the city till I avenge my insult. So many years later, um, there was a marriage arranged, and if I'm not wrong, Krishna's son was going to marry Rukmi's daughter. So it was because they were from different gotra, it was possible. Because Rukmini had married Krishna, so there's a different gotra, and her brother, because it was a different gotra, so that marriage was possible. So in that marriage, Rukmi, I believe Shishupal was still there; he wasn't killed yet, and other kings. So they were on one side, and Balramji came, and they all made Balramji come up to the challenge of playing dice, game of dice. Balramji agreed. So Balramji was sitting, and Rukmi was sitting, and other kings were sitting, and they were playing this dice game. So in the game of dice, so Balramji threw the pasa or whatever it is called, and he put a wager. Rukmi put a wager, and actually Balramji won, but they all cheated. No, they said no. Rukmi won, and he got all the whatever jewels and whatever was put as a wager. Okay, Balramji was very angry, but then he still tolerated. Then again, the game started. Okay, Balramji put more wager, and Rukmi also put more wager, and again Balramji won. But they all the kings started saying, no, Rukmi won. And Balramji lost that game also. Now Balramji was getting really angry. What is this cheating going on? So again, third time, Balramji put lots of wager, and Rukmi put wager. And again Balramji won that turn. But all the kings, they were, no, Rukmi won, Rukmi won. Rukmi. And then now Balramji, by this time, he was really angry. So he picked up his gada and he hit Rukmi on his head and he killed Rukmi right away. And then there was this king, I don't remember who it was. Name is given in Bhagavatam, and he was really when Balramji was winning, but they were all saying Balramji is losing, so he was really laughing, and he was laughing with showing off his teeth, and Balramji just hit him with his fist on his teeth, and he broke all his teeth. So this is what was happening during marriage ceremony. So the game ended there, and obviously Balramji was very angry. There was one incident when Samba was the son of Jamvati. So he had gone to Hastinapur and he liked this daughter of Duryodhan. I think it was Lakshmana. And he, of course, that time Kshatriya marriage, they could marry anybody, any girl they liked. All they had to do either go with the proposal, and if it is not agreed, they would kidnap the girl and then they marry her. So this boy, he kidnapped Lakshmana. But then all the warriors, Duryodhan, Bhishma, Karna, Dushasan, they all came and they fought with Samba and they captured him and they put him in the prison. So news came to Balramji in Dwarka. Balramji said, this is nonsense. How come so many warriors can go and start fighting with the little boy and they captured him? This is not the Kshatriya code. So Balramji took some army from Dwarka and he went to Hastinapur. And he took Akrurji with him. Balramji said, let's not tell Krishna because he will get angry. So Balramji went. So Balramji made a camp outside Hastinapur and he sent a message because he knew all this Hastinapur, there are relatives, so they would understand the gravity of the situation and they would let Samba go. But all the warriors of Hastinapur, they were so proud of their strength. And Balramji had sent a message that I have come and you please leave the boy and let the boy go along with the girl she likes. Let them get married. And they sent a message that you Yaduvanshis, you Yadavs, you have the audacity to give us any instruction. How can we let our girl go and marry one of your boys? You are ruling over because we are letting you to rule in Dwarka. So now Balramji, when he got the message back, he got so angry, so angry. How dare these Hastinapur, all these Kauravas, they could say things like that. So he picked up his plow, because he is always carrying this plow, and he hit it in the ground, and he started dragging the whole Hastinapur with his plow. And he dragged and he dragged and he was dragging it towards Yamuna. And his idea was, I'm going to drown this Hastinapur in Yamuna today. And he could do that. He's Sankarshan himself. He's Anandshesha. He's Balramji. So when he was dragging, there was big earthquake in Hastinapur. All the buildings started to fall down. All the palaces started to fall down, and all the warriors. Then they thought, oh, we made a big mistake, and they came running from inside the city, and with Bhishma Dev right in the front, and they came running and they begged Balramji for their forgiveness, and they brought this boy and the girl, and they said, okay, here is the boy, here's the girl you want to take, and here's the lots of dowry they gave, and they sent Balramji back to Dwarka. So this is how powerful Balramji is. Somehow, for whatever reason, actually because Duryodhan and all these people, they came from spiritual world to help in Krishna's pastimes. So in the spiritual world, Duryodhan has a special, very special bond, very special relationship with Balramji. So he calls Balramji his father in spiritual world. So when he came, so Balramji still had that special affection for Duryodhan. Although he is a teacher of club fighting for both Duryodhan and Bhim, but he rates Duryodhan higher because he says Bhima has lots of strength, but Duryodhan has lots of good technique in the fighting with clubs or the Gada Yudh. So because Duryodhan is very dear to him and Krishna was taking side of Pandavas, Balramji said, I cannot take side of Pandavas against Duryodhan, but at the same time I cannot fight in favor of Duryodhan against Krishna. So Balramji said, I'm not going to take part in this fight. So he said, I'm going to go for pilgrimage. So when he was going for pilgrimage, he came to Naimisharanya, where our devotees are going after a few days. So there this great meeting of sages was going on. And it was headed by father of Sud Goswami. We are hearing Bhagavatam from Sud Goswami. But that time, the meeting was headed by father of Sud Goswami, Romharshan Suta. Balramji, he said, oh, that's very nice. Lots of discussion, Krishna Katha will go on. So he entered that assembly. All the sages who were sitting there, they got up because Balramji himself had come. So they paid respects to Balramji, except one person, and that was the speaker, Romharshan Suta. He, even after looking at Balramji, he did not get up or pay respects. So Balramji got very offended and he was very angry. So he went to Romharshan Suta and he told Romharshan Suta, although you are a disciple of Vyasadeva, although you learned all your scriptures from Vyasadeva, although you are and you are sitting here speaking on Bhagavatam, speaking on different topics of Vedas, but your knowledge is like an actor playing the part of a speaker. That's like the actor, when he's playing the part of a speaker, he just memorizes his dialogues. These dialogues don't go inside and change the consciousness of that actor. So Balramji said, this is what you are like. You're just like an actor. Because whatever you have studied, although you studied from Vyasadeva, it hasn't changed your consciousness. You're still very proud. So you're not fit to sit on Vyasasana and give lecture. So Balramji, because of the yagya was going on, so he picked up one kusha grass from yagya and he basically just touched that kusha grass, the tip of kusha grass to Romharshan Sutta. And Romharshan Sutta died. Now all the sages who were there, they gathered around. They said, Balramji, what did you do? We had just blessed Romharshan Sutta with a long life so he could teach us the message of Bhagavatam. Now you have killed him. Now what to do? Balramji, with all his modesty and humility, he said, okay, I can bring him back to life if you want. The sages said, no, 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 you have killed him, so it's okay. We cannot accept him back. Now you please make the arrangement, know what to do. So Balramji said, okay, the father lives through the son. So his son, Sutta Goswami, I will bless him with the knowledge and with the long life. So he could sit here and he could answer your questions. So that was Sutta Goswami. He was blessed by Balramji, and all the sages also blessed him. And he started speaking to all the sages. And also afterwards, Balramji said, okay, I have killed this Brahman. Of course, Sutta is not Brahman caste, but he was a learned person. So from that side, he was a Brahman. So he said, to atone for that, I'll go to all the pilgrimage, all the Tirthasthan. So then Balramji went and he went to all the places of pilgrimage, but he came back last day of war of Mahabharat, when final battle between Duryodhan and Bhim was going to take place. So Duryodhan was fighting, Bhim was fighting, and they both were fighting very, very hard. And because Duryodhan had this special mercy of Gandhari, that his whole body was made with just like rock, solid rock. And although Bhima was hitting him, but he still could not penetrate through that. Then Krishna reminded Bhima that you had taken a vow during the game of dice when Draupadi was insulted that you would break the thighs of Duryodhan. So although in the club fight it is illegal to hit the thigh, because why he had taken a vow? Because when Karna was insulting Draupadi, or when Dushasan had brought Draupadi into this assembly, Duryodhan had removed his dhoti from the thigh and he has asked Draupadi to come sit on my thigh. So this was big insult. And Bhima had taken a vow right then and there of two vows. One was to break the thigh of Duryodhan, and other was to break the hands of Dushasan because he had tried to disrobe Draupadi and to drink Dushasan's blood, kill him and then drink his blood. So Krishna reminded him of that vow. So Bhima understood and he broke the thighs of Duryodhan. Of course, Balramji was very angry after that. How could you break the thighs? I mean, this is what I taught you in the Gada Yudh. How could you break his thighs? But Krishna intervened and he somehow saved Bhima. So then Balramji left from that place. He came back to Dwarka. And of course, afterwards, Prabhas Kshetra Leela, when everything ended, the whole Yadu dynasty was finished, and Balramji, a snake or Ananshesha came out from his mouth, because Ananshesha is expansion of Balramji. So Balramji sat down on that Ananshesha and he went back to spiritual world. So of course, these are just a few pastimes of Balramji. And as I said earlier, Prabhupada said there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. So once few devotees went to Prabhupada. Actually, Tamal Krishna Maharaj went to Prabhupada. He said, Prabhupada, devotees have this confusion or argument. So two devotees had the argument. One said, Prabhupada said, there's no difference between Krishna and Balaram except the bodily color. The other devotee said, no, there is a difference because Krishna is the only one who enjoys with Srimati Radharani. Balramji does not enjoy with Radharani. So there is a difference. So Tamal Krish Maharaj came to Prabhupada. So he said, Prabhupada, this is the argument. Prabhupada said, what is the argument? One devotee said there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram, except the bodily color. Prabhupada said, yes, that is right. But Tamal Krish Maharaj, the other devotee is saying there is a difference because Krishna is the only one who enjoys with Srimati Radharani. Balaramji doesn't. Prabhupada said, yes, that's also right. And Tamal Krish Maharaj got confused. So Prabhupada, what is right? Is there a difference or there is no difference? Prabhupada just laughed and he told Maharaj, okay, you decide. And he just left it at that. Of course, there is difference and of course there is no difference. That we have to see it like that. So I'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for reciting all the sweet pastimes.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, two questions.
Yes,
Prabhuji, I have two questions. Prabhuji, game of dice is played by Kshatriyas. So Krishna and Balaram born in a Vaishya family. So they changed their varnashram or?
No. They were their father is Vasudevji. No, Vasudevji is the king.
Oh,
Vasudeva
okay. Okay, Prabhuji, now got it. And probably second question is, in case of Putna or other demons, they feel pain when Krishna killed them due to their anarthas are coming out. So do we also feel pain when our anarthas come out or get removed from us?
Oh, if Krishna and Balaram are going to remove them, yes, we are really going to feel pain. Okay, anartha like pride. Suppose a pride. So if we don't give it up ourselves, painless way, if Krishna is going to remove it, suppose I am proud of my knowledge, suppose. So if Krishna intervenes and he wants to remove it, so he will make me get insulted in front of big assembly when I started to speak. Or I'll speak all sorts of nonsense. So pride will be shattered. And when the pride is shattered, it's really painful. So the option is, yes, either we give up the pride, proper understanding that nothing in me is there that is going to make me speak or have the knowledge. Whatever knowledge I have, whatever capability I have, it's because of mercy of Krishna. But if Krishna is going to remove that pride, then he's going to shatter it. He's going to really make, just like in the case of Keshav Kashmiri, when he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when his pride was shattered, he was completely shattered. He wanted to commit suicide. So yes, those anarthas, when they are removed by Krishna and Balaram, then that really shatters the person. It's really painful. Is it okay?
Okay. Yes, probably. Very nice answer.
Thank you.
And probably one last question regarding the Kshatriyas. Probably so Kshatriyas, they can't refuse the game of dice and they can't refuse the challenge for fight. And third one is probably they can't refuse women asking them for marriage.
Yeah. Marriage or a relationship.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for the beautiful class.
Thank you, Prabhu. What's that? Your question?
I was not paying full attention because there were some distractions at home. So I will have to listen to the whole lecture again because it's so interesting.
Yeah. Well, Ramji is a wonderful, wonderful personality. Okay, so I guess I will stop here. You all have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.